I'm a bit heartbroken by this one. Raymond Lewis Heenan, a.k.a. Bobby the Brain Heenan, has passed away at the age of 73. Man, oh man, the memories of the Brain, the Weasel. Those were the two monikers that he earned, and okay, perhaps was given to him, but those monikers were due to his personality. I mean, come on, he was the Brain, and he always weaseled out of things. Okay, look, this guy has been in the wrestling business ever since the 60s. I mean, he managed people like Angelo Poffo, Macho Man, and Randy Poffos, and Lanny Poffo's father, aka the Genius. He's managed Nick Bockwinkel. I mean, from NWA, AWA, WWF, he was just all over the place, and he kept it. Even in WCW, he kept his moniker, and he was okay. Look, he was a manager, and he was a play-by-play commentator, but he was most notable as a manager. And the things that he used to say and do on the microphone alone just was pure entertainment. Now, growing up in the 80s, watching, Bobby Heenan and the Heenan family and all of that, I mean, look, you hated this guy because he did his job so well. And I was one of those people. I was just like, I hate this guy. And the thing about it is, let's think about this. In wrestling, especially back then, you couldn't be a good hero without a good villain, and vice versa. The chemistry between heroes and villains was just top notch in the golden age, in the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that. Because, again, he always targeted the championship belts, as every manager should. I mean, particularly Hulk Hogan. He managed Mr. Perfect and Ravishing Rick Rude. They were the Intercontinental Champions. He's managed the Brain Busters, which were two of the four horsemen. I mean, come on. The Colossal Connection are also former tag team champions. Andre the Giant and Haku, a.k.a. Ming. Then you have, of course, Ric Flair. Bobby Heenan was instrumental of bringing him to the WWF back in the early 90s. And it was just like, look, if there was a guy that you could hate and still be entertained by in the wrestling world as a manager, it was Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He is not one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. He is the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Yes, even above Paul Heyman. Because due to the guys that he's managed, over the years, over the generations that he's been a part of the business, I mean, damn, not just the managing thing, but then we're going to go to the commentator and stuff like that. Now, look, he had the most unbelievable chemistry with Gorilla Monsoon. Primetime wrestling was one thing, but then there was Wrestling Challenge. And then even certain pay-per-views where they did commentary together, and the things that they used to say and used to bicker about, and the Brain, the Brain and the Gorilla, they were just chemistry personified. If you have not ever watched primetime wrestling with these two, ever since the Brain took over for Jesse the Body Ventura, please go watch that. Go watch these guys. Listen to some of the shit that Bobby the Brain Heenan said back then would not be allowed to be said now because of the, political correctness culture and everything. But look, the Brain used to just have me dying laughing when I changed my tune about him. And okay, look. When did I change my tune about Bobby the Brain Heenan? It was at this instance. The Barbershop, the Rockers. Shawn Michaels kicks Marty Jannetty. He super kicks Marty Jannetty, and then he picks him up. I mean, first of all, the Brain was like, they need each other. Then that kick was happening. I knew that was going to happen. He doesn't need Jannetty. I actually snickered about that. But then when Shawn Michaels threw Marty Jannetty through the glass, and then when Bobby Heenan was like, oh my God, Marty Jannetty, he's so scared, he tried to escape through the window. I bursted out laughing so much I could not believe that was said. It was just, I mean, and Gorilla Monsoon was like, "Are you blind?" But I could not stop laughing at that. And I think a week or two later, when Bobby the Brain Heenan reiterated that, he's like, "Yeah, Marty Jannetty tried to do a Clark Kent Superman out the window." That's when I really changed my tune about Bobby the Brain Heenan. And then I listened and I was just like, oh my God, this guy is pure gold. He's comedy. Then when he went to WCW, again, pure comedy. Pure, just always on point, always in character. And people use the phrase one of a kind, very loosely. But this is a guy that was just, no one is ever going to be like this guy. He's just uncomparable. Please. I mean, throughout 4 freaking decades when he was a part of the wrestling industry. I mean, he was just top notch. Period. He never lost a step. Not on the microphone, and occasionally when he got into the ring, yes, he was never really a freaking threat. Yeah, putting on a weasel suit and things like that. But then, characters. He was always in character, and that's what I really liked about him. On the microphone, color commentary, in the ring, he was just a character to deal with. But that was a part of him that was just natural. As a humanoid, because that's what he called us humanoids, and he called the jobbers Hammenegers in the ring as a humanoid. I loved and hated him, but I appreciate him because that's why it hurts, because this is part of my childhood. And it was just like, man, hearing this earlier, I was just like, no, another one gone. And it's just unbelievable. My condolences to his friends and family if you're watching this. I mean, damn. Can't believe it. Like I say, this one kind of hits me hard. So, rest in peace, Bobby Heenan. You're reunited with the Gorilla. You're reunited with him. Yeah. Throw down on some commentary, because that's where you guys shined the most. You guys had the most unbelievable chemistry. And they were friends in real life. They were best friends in real life. So, here's to you. Once again, rest in peace. And thank you for the memories. Bobby the Brain Heenan.